Welcome to Being at Home with George. I'm excited, and let's begin the way we normally begin, which is to embrace whatever comes up, say yes to it, and at the same time, generating the hope. And so, we've been talking a lot about how to in the recent at homes. And I'd like to talk about this idea of the eye of the hurricane. And it just so happens that every fall and spring, we have the Mindful Athlete online course and we have a theme. And this year's theme is going to be on the eye of the hurricane as well as serenity. And so today I'd like to talk about the how to. How do you access it? And specifically, how do I access it? And so it starts off with this idea of know myself so I can be myself, so I can express myself, so I can share myself. But none of that would be possible without having this ability to see things from equanimity, from my center point, from the center. It's what I call the eye of the hurricane. We all have this place of rest that Joseph Campbell talks about, and Power of Myth. We have this place of rest, and out of that place of rest, there's tremendous access to wisdom and creativity. And so, how do I access the eye of the hurricane? Well, I learned this in my recovery and dealing with chronic pain. Is this idea that we have this autonomic nervous system. For me, I'm right-handed. My left brain is dominant. It's 1 + 1 = 2. My right brain is the 1 + 1 could equal 6. My left brain is the words of the song. My right brain is the melody. This is sequential. Read chapter 1 through 10. This one is, you can go all over the place because it's more a pattern recognition. It's more of a seeing the whole picture. That's where the creativity, that's where the eye of the hurricane can be accessed. And why is that important? Because this left brain dominates and it keeps dominating, and the right brain doesn't get a word in edgewise. And so being able to be still and know, being able to just focus on one thing allows us to get access to what they call the rest and digest, or what Herbert Benson calls the relaxation response. But really what it does, it allows us to get into this place of rest where we can actually just be able to observe things in a way where we're not reacting to things. We're able to create space between stimulus and response. And in that space, we have the freedom and power to choose. So one of the things that I do, because my body is always here and my breath is here, is I focus on my body and the breathing. And so when I teach, I usually talk about this arrival exercise, because if you're anything like me, you've got a busy day. And so sometimes I get to where I need to be, but I'm still where I was. So even though physically I'm here, mentally I'm where I just was or where I'm going to be. And so this idea of being able to collect myself, to be able to be here now, and to practice this idea of stopping, dropping, calming, resting, and healing. And so I do this arrival exercise where I just sit and focus on the fact that I'm sitting and breathing. We're doing this all the time, but from the inside out, just noticing that I'm breathing in, breathing out, feeling the whole body. And then that's the stopping and the dropping. And as a consequence of stopping and dropping, there's the dropping, there's the calming that happens. And then when the calming happens, like this pebble I drop into the water, after the calming, it gets to the resting. It stops on the lake bottom or the river bottom or the ocean bottom. And so it doesn't matter what's happening up at the turmoil at the top of the surface or even down below, whether there's debris, fish, or currents, there's an ability to be still, this ability to rest, and this ability to stop, drop, calm, rest is an ability to heal, recover, renew. We talk about that a lot. We expend energy, we have to renew it. So this idea of being able to, no matter what position the body is in, we can be aware of the body, standing, walking, lying down. But in this case, we're talking about sitting, just being aware of sitting and breathing and knowing it. Know I'm breathing in, experiencing the entire body. Know I'm breathing out, experiencing the entire body. So I'm resting in it. So even though I talk about the body and I talk about the breath, it's about being inside the body and feeling the felt sense of sitting and breathing and resting in the breath, resting in the body. And by doing that, I'm allowing myself the ability to stop, drop, calm, rest, heal, renew. And so that's one way to get to it, is to be still and know, as they say in the Bible. Just focus on the one thing. And in this case, we're focusing on the body and the breath. And by doing that, we have access to that place of rest, the eye of the hurricane.